Everybody, what's up? Cedric here, along with Eddie Colt. CR Wrestling Commentary. We'll be reviewing Friday Night SmackDown, as we know, SmackDownish, because we only talk about what we care about. And Eddie Colt will usually bring up the information from a reputable website, we'll call it. He does well. So, let's get this started. So the show begins. Jimmy Uso, he comes out. He's on crutch, broken toe, as they reported, and they showed that this was the right foot, and that foot was bent back.
Yeah, it was bent back. It was nasty.
So the fans chanted yeet, and Jimmy's like, that's the wrong brother. He got a nice little laugh out of it. And he was like, War Games, it didn't get Big Jim, but it got my big toe. So he's doing his good comedy bit.
It was almost like he was talking like they weren't on the air. It was weird.
Like the AEW breaks when MJF, he goes like, okay, now I get to show you who I am.
Yeah. It was super conversational.
Yes. And what I wrote was, Jimmy would make a great public orator, especially running for office. Because it was conversational. It was with the people. Jimmy says he's proud of what his little brother Solos has accomplished. And the fans booed. And he was like, look, I'm not saying that I like what he's doing, but I'm proud of him. But he let you know that's little brother. Mm-hmm. And he kept spamming that he's Big Jim. And he repeats it, so we'll know his new name. And repetition breeds memory. So he's doing that. It's the whole Blimpy thing. Mm-hmm. So he gets done with a fairly okay promo. And then he gets wiped out by Drew McIntyre, who starts then beating on him, and they have to go break it up. So he messed up Sami Zayn. Now he done messed up Jimmy Uso. And for those that are annoyed, okay, Sammy Uso. But I figured this must be his way at getting at anyone who teamed up with CM Punk. That's about how I see it. What about you, Eddie Colt?
I just think he's going after anyone that was associated with Roman Reigns.
That's possible. How can I say this?
He won't let it go.
No, he won't. And honestly, a good villain won't. The best story is Hold a Grudge. I did one, CR Fire Pro. I stopped it, but it's going on about a year and a half almost. Mm-hmm. Almost, you could say 2 years. But I stopped that one. But I'm wanting to see how this all unfolds with Drew McIntyre. Give a reason, something, at one point he was getting browbeat.
He got browbeat from Nick Aldis from the ring, all the way up the ramp, all the way into the back to the ladies walked up. I'm like, what in the world?
Yep.
And he just listening like he getting nagged at by his wife.
Yes. And he's like, like, you wait in my office, please. He gives this mocking salute. I swear Drew on his face looked like he wanted to put up the Nanny Boo Boo theme to his ears and stick his tongue out behind him.
Yeah, because all this the nagging doesn't amount to a hill of beans, because what's done is done. You can't unjump Jim.
Nope.
Now he broke his other toe.
There you go. Break the other toe. Come out on 2 crutches. But if he takes care of himself, Jimmy should be back in. I would say he should. Wow, be back. I say mid-March.
It seemed like the whole point of the Big Jim promo was like, don't forget me.
Yeah, and he needs to. What?
He is going to be forgotten by Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. People forget about stuff quick. If you're not in the public eye, then you're not in the public mind. Next we get the women's U.S. title tournament match, Tiffany Stratton versus Mi Chen. And I was like, I predict Stratton to win until the finals, where she'll lose because the U.S. belt is secondary. That's what I was feeling, but no, Mi Chen, she won. with Gail Kim's move and got the pin. So I'm like, this is a little interesting.
It's transparent. Stratton had to lose because she's walking around with the money in the bank.
Yeah.
And she's got to go up against Nia Jax because a little purple-haired chick is trying to put a wedge between them.
But see, that's my thing. That's why I was like, she's going to go for a major title. So she's going to win until then. Losing the finals. And then whatever happens, but, because she can't win this belt. You're going to win a secondary belt they're going to throw away just for the fun of it. No. So after that, Roman, he had a nice promo about what he's lost. Had it all, lost it all. And then the most important thing he lost was the Ulafala. Both sides, they're 1-1 in this feud. Roman wants a match on January 6th. Leader versus leader for everything. And he wants back, most importantly, his respect. So he issued Tribal Combat to settle it. And I find it comical and odd that they're gonna do this on January 6th.
I want to say it, but I can't.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying January 6th,
Oh God, this is gonna be an insurrection.
Yes, see, you took that right out of my mouth. I was sitting here thinking WWE should have their pay-per-view or premium live event Insurrection on January 6th. That would be perfect.
It should have been done in Washington D.C.
Yes, yes. It's just a chef's cherries on top, whipped cream and sparkles, everything. Glitter. It'd be spangled.
Let's see how Netflix does with that match.
Exactly, because that's gonna be. I think they're breaking in to Netflix on that night.
Yep, breaking in.
So okay. Next, Carmelo Hayes. He's like, who's this mystery guy? So you'll find out. And he's like, all right, all this, give me some light work. Okay, so he goes out there, and I'm like, why are they doing the mystery part? It's not like it's gonna be somebody outside of WWE. They don't do that.
Yeah, we all know this is gonna be a skip.
So then it's Braun Strowman, and
called it.
So I was like, okay, and it's a good match. It's a good match. It's heel versus
match like it should be.
Yes, short like it should be. They did well. Braun did what he was supposed to do. He did. Braun, he won with the Oklahoma Stampede.
He got a hold of Carmelo and he kicked to the bitter end.
Yeah, Carmelo was kicking, slam. Then he was done. Now, I had to note, this match showed a lot of Hayes. People focus on who won and how. But looking at the road in this match for Hayes, from start to finish, it was masterful. This, to me, really showed off way more of Carmelo Hayes. Stick and move, stay out the way, take your shots when you can, when you got him down. What did Hayes do when he was able to get Braun down onto a knee? He jumped on him and started hitting him. He didn't go for a diving move. He didn't try to get fancy. He stayed on him. That was good. Carmelo Hayes' expressions and mannerisms when he saw who was coming out, spot on. Mm-hmm. He looked like that, huh?
There was just one tiny issue, though.
What?
He's small and Strowman is big.
That's
hit and run tactics. But you don't go on the giant.
He did what he's supposed. He saw Braun come out, and Hayes looked like, I have just been defeated.
Yeah.
He looked like he just got fired.
He just got fired. Like, what the hell am I gonna do?
That was right.
When it comes to giants, you either aim for the back of the head or you aim for the legs.
He's looking at him. He can't get around him like that. But what do he do? Push him, shove him, or chop him? It's like you got to do something.
Smack with the kick.
I I said this because Cedric was like, well, what would you do? And I said, I just kick him in the balls and be like, DQ, sorry.
I was thinking the knee. He attacked the leg once, but he didn't attack it like he should.
No, he should have gnawed on it. But that's not what this match called for.
True, but it would have been nice to see him attack that knee like Braun came out with an axe.
Yes. Not letting you up for anybody or anything. I'm about to get fired today. But I thought what Carmelo Hayes did throughout that whole match was great.
Yeah.
I like when he came off that rope and flew at him and just bounced off his body. And he was looking at him like, what the hell? I loved it. Perfect expression. Perfect. So that was a great match. That showed Carmelo a lot. And hopefully, you know, everybody's got to make a paycheck, right? Hopefully Braun Strowman is they're going to use him well. And because of, and I don't know if I should even do this shout out, but because of other E-Fetters in the past, it's hard to call him Braun Strowman. I call him Brown Sotroman. So I got to rehabilitate my brain on that.
Rehab your dome.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a hammer exists.
And I got one. It's a pretty hammer too. It's beautiful. It's not golden. It's better than that. But we're gonna get to the next match: Solo Sikoa versus L.A. Knight. Maybe.
Yeah.
So Solo, he comes to the ring. Got Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu. Solo wants Connecticut. Fatu. What did I say? Fatu?
Yes. Jacob.
Oh, you in other words, put some respect on his name. Okay, Jacob Fatu.
There you
go. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. So Solo wants Connecticut to acknowledge him, and they boo.
They boo.
As they should.
Mm-hmm.
Solo begins to speak up Roman Reigns' name, and then LA Knight's music hit disrespectfully. The opening parts of the fight is good. They didn't do anything special. They didn't do anything stupid. Some back and forths. More of a brawling type-ish match, which was good. Tama eventually shoved Solo out of the way from a baseball slide kick. Solo hit a good Sambo slam on the announce table on Knight. Knight planned to apron run and then attack Solo, but he turned clothesline Tama and Jacob. Knight, he hit a nice double jump elbow on, for a 2 count on Solo in the ring. And then while Knight was resting on the ropes, Knight had to set this up too. As you can see him, he had to slide back and just look like, man, I was like, that's kind of uncharacteristic of you. And so Jacob knocks the chair over on top of the table and comes out like a wild man, like he's no selling.
Yep.
I was like, dude, you was down there and laid out for a while, but okay, we'll work with it. But it's like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he just come down there and run up.
His face.
Yeah, he grabbed him by his face. And so that gets the disqualification. And so so the match is over. Jacob throws Knight with enough force at the barricade to throw himself over the barricade. I was like, what in the world? Because if I thought, okay, who attacked Jacob?
Yeah, it looked like a train wreck.
You had to rewind. I was like, oh, Jacob did that on his own.
Too much momentum.
And then Jacob hit a hip attack and then he flipped over the barricade again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whatever you're doing, calm down.
I'm sure the barricade didn't mean it.
Yeah. Like that stuff had a family. So Knight was thrown into the ring where he got Samoan spiked. Andrade and Apollo Crews, they hit the ring, they got dealt with.
Yep.
And that's pretty much how that segment ended. And I had to note, why the DQ? And it was needed. And that was just mutual respect. That was just mutual respect for the wrestlers. And here's the reason, because Solo hasn't wrestled long enough to defeat someone like LA Knight, respectfully. Okay? Eli Drake, LA Knight, don't matter. He's been wrestling for a while. And yet, Solo is a boss. So Knight can't just beat him outright either.
So there wasn't much recourse than a DQ.
You could do a screw job finish, feet on the ropes, pin. outside interference. They went a different route.
And the DQ showcased Jacob.
There you go.
But I have to acknowledge, like I do every time, Solo Sikoa Samoan drop sucks.
It do, but he's got to do it.
Then he needs to do it better.
And he's Samoan. He's got to do it.
Then he needs to do it better.
Maybe he's not comfortable enough.
He's not comfortable to pop him up onto his shoulders and drop and land his entire weight on the man.
You might not feel comfortable enough doing it. That some people, like Stevie Richards, he don't do flying moves because he's, one, he knows he's awkward, and two, for him, he's bottom heavy. It's just not going to work out right.
Okay. But what he does, they call it a Samoan drop. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of drop back release thing.
Like he throws them back.
He throws them away.
It's not.
And you disagree with me, but to me, your enforcer should not do a move better than you.
Then how is he an enforcer?
No. You mean you know what I'm saying? People having the same moves, they shouldn't be having the same moves. Somebody should have saw this. Hey, Sikoa's been doing that move, and Jacob does it so much better. Either they should make Jacob stop doing it, which wouldn't be a big loss because he got a wonderful arsenal, and he could, pull anything out of his hat. Or somebody needs to coach Sikoa on how to do it better. It looks bad.
I might have to look at Jacobs when he does it and actually analyze it. Because I never analyze it. I just enjoy what I see. I try to keep a bit of the fandom in me.
He does the Samoan drop, and it looks like he is hurting the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when Sikoa does it, he tosses him away and does a flat back bump.
It's kind of like a weird reverse fall-away slam, I suppose.
Exactly. And they're like, the big Samoan drop. Like, no, it was not big. Oh, let's get a replay of that. No, don't get a replay of that crap.
That's just what wrestling companies need to do. Even if you mess up, they got to cover it up. That's just what they do.
You don't cover something up by showing it again.
Yeah.
I just burnt the toast. Let me serve you a second piece. No, that's not. That's not how it works.
Would you agree with that, Cole?
We in the trade do not call that covering up. We in the trade call that gaslighting.
Yes. And see, Cedra needs to stop gaslighting.
So look, what happens next? No. I'm not gaslighting. It's just you got Jacob doing these moves like a boss, and the boss looks weak.
It was a very powerful Samoan suplex.
Oh no!
You're just not Samoan enough.
See, he watched the match. He knows what he's talking about.
I think the Samoan fall-away slam is more accurate because he just tossed him away like bad laundry.
Next we get. Oh yeah, you heard nothing else out of Andrade and Apollo Crews.
No, they just laying there convalescing.
They ran out, got dusted off, and then walked off.
They got beat up because the pants are too tight.
No, that should have been Cody.
If theirs was too tight, his was mega tight.
So next we got. Oh, hold up! This is quick. Next we got Bayley versus Chelsea Green. We skipped. What was this? 12 minutes.
It was a long match.
Bayley.
It was. Oh wait, hold on.
Bayley beats a count out and then gets kicked, and I'm gonna go over this, but he gets kicked and then got the sloppiest kamikaze in history and got pinned. The kick was just as sloppy. Mm-hmm. Chelsea should not be advancing looking as sloppy as she does. She's good, but she looked horrible at this match.
Well, I mean, that's what the green in her name is for.
Yep, she'll come back to another company. I guess her name will be Pepper Tree. I don't know. Chelsea Pepper Tree.
You want to know the sad part?
What?
Looking at the ratings, it was the second best match on the show.
What was the first?
LA Knight.
Okay.
I can give it that.
I can give it that. I can give it that. Second. I wonder if it was the second best match because Bayley was in it. Because I didn't watch it, but I think Stratton and Michin would have been better.
Cured by the fact that there was a lot of 5-point votes. With 6s and 7s and only 2 3s.
It must be the Melter rating.
Nah, these are people ratings.
They voted that the second best match. I don't know. What y'all doing up that cage match?
Maybe they were bored.
Maybe. But roll a 10-sided die and just, if it rolls over 7, it's a 7.
Well, they dozed off and
also,
that was great.
Well, at least it continues the main event trend of being longer than the other matches, being at 12-12.
Yeah. So look.
12-12 on the month of December.
Huh?
Now, if only this show was shown on the 12th. 12-12-12-12.
That would have been better, but that'd been some crazy booking. So we get to the main event. The main event. I wish wrestling for WWE would be main event is a main event match. But they're trying to push something. I get it. They want to close the show well. It would have been good with Solo Sikoa closing it, but okay, fine. Cody comes to the ring to talk to Michael Cole. Cole introduces Kevin Owens, but he doesn't show up. Cody speaks highly of the fans, not getting much of a pop. And then he's asked about the gift that Triple H gave him to use Saturday Night's main event. And right before he can speak, Cody is cut off by Owens, who pipes in. And Owen basically wants Cody to tell the truth about, hey, why would you use your friends to finish your storyline and then spit in their faces by teaming with the one guy they worked so hard with you to defeat? And I'm like, that's a good question. That's a good question. And, and then he told Cody, you know what? The thing is, even you know it, you were far more interesting as Stardust. Now, to me, Stardust had better music. Just saying that. But outside of that, nope. His hair was better, brunette as it should be. But if he goes heel, I say make it brunette. So Cody's like, you know what? I ain't got nothing to say. Because one, Owens verbally trapped him anyway. So Cody leaves and finds Owens to go find Owens. And then Owens jumps in from behind. They fight way back. They get back to the ring. And then there was a replay of the last time, but there was an extra twist in this one where Kevin tried to do something and tripped. Cody toppled onto him as in a heap. Started, a little bit of ground and pound. They got pulled apart. Then Owens clobbered Cody with the belt. And then Owens drops the belt on Cody and the show goes off. That's your main event. Building up to the next night for Saturday night's main event, which I haven't seen, Cedra hasn't seen, but Eddie Colt has seen. No spoilers, Eddie. No spoilers.
There's no spoilers at all.
I'm gonna watch that probably as soon as we're done with this anyway. So on Cage Match, was it cagematch.net where you go?
Yeah.
What did they have to say about Jimmy Uso's promo? I'm curious.
That I will actually need to go to promos. And you just have to remember this is all in German.
What? What? Okay, so this isn't a US site.
No, it's a German site and they don't have it.
Okay.
I mean, they have the "You left us, E." The latest one they have is from Eric Bischoff, Matt Riddle, Tom Lawler, and Crude, basically saying in MLW, "We're all here to have fun," and that was on the 5th.
Good grief! Yeah, Eric's supposed to book a show once for MLW. Eric knows how to book. He knows how to get things started. He just don't know how to finish. And I've watched that for a while, even before WCW got popular, before it fizzled out because they just hot-shotted everything.
Well, at least
man.
not. Well, at least he's. Well, actually, hold on. He also is not good with money.
No. Mm-mm. Not even close. But he like AEW, he spent all the money to get, how can I say, number drawing people. But after that, he didn't do things to draw numbers with those people. And you're seeing the same thing with AEW. Because, man, Eric had a good squad before Brett, before Randy Savage, before Piper, before, he had a good squad. But I guess a conversation for later. So we're going to just get up on out of here. So this has been Cedric, Cedra, and Eddie Colt for CR Wrestling Commentary. Friday night SmackDownish. And with that, we want y'all to, we're still working on it. So for right now, don't mind the weather, but be cool, be chill, be safe. Click that bell that you see on screen. We'll see you next time.